this afternoon. Wanted to first start with that. So you can actually see this eclipse happening from visible satellite. You can see that shadow being cast by the moon on the Earth, just traveling across the U.S. earlier today. So we were able to see max coverage at about 75%, roughly at 3:08 p.m. earlier this afternoon. And it even changed kind of the look outside. If you were outside around that time frame, you may have noticed that kind of looked like maybe if you were looking through a pair of sunglasses, that sunlight was just not quite as intense. You could feel it to where the air temperature dropped a couple degrees. So just really cool sight to see across the U.S. And even people in that path of totality, they were worried about a lot of cloud cover, but I think they ended up with a pretty decent showing across a lot of the U.S. Now we transition to the threat for rain over the next couple of days. Now, I would imagine Tuesday and Wednesday, not much rain found across the area outside of maybe just a quick shower. And for tomorrow, that's mainly going to be very early in the morning. You can see west of us, much more active pattern ongoing, but not really expecting much rain here locally until we most likely get to Thursday. So day planner tomorrow and Wednesday, temps will be waking up in the mid 50s tomorrow morning, and then afternoon highs reaching the upper 70s. Heading into Wednesday, same general kind of forecast to where mild morning temps and then nice warm afternoon temps. But cloudy skies will be sticking around the next couple of days. So thankfully, we did have clear skies today to be able to see that eclipse. If you are heading out tonight, temps are going to be comfortable, most likely 70s and 60s the rest of this evening up until about midnight. Heading towards tomorrow morning, you can see that's when our temperatures do drop down to the 50s, and then this is just our low chance for maybe a quick morning shower. Doesn't look to be too impactful. I definitely wouldn't cancel anything outside, but maybe if you're heading up to Clarks Hill Lake, rain chances do look pretty good early in the morning there, but just going to be on the fringe here in Augusta. So not expecting a ton, but not a bad idea to just have the umbrella close by for the first part of your Tuesday. Later into the afternoon, cloudy skies, just hanging on to warm temps in the 70s. And then Wednesday, not really looking all that different throughout the day, just a tad warmer in the morning and the afternoon. Now, as we head into Wednesday night, Thursday morning, that's when this next complex is showing up. Now, each model run that's going to come out between now and Thursday is most likely going to look a little bit different. It's going to have these storms be at slightly different intensity levels. The timing will likely change by a couple of hours each model run. So the one thing we know for sure is that the system is going to bring us some very windy conditions. So say we may not necessarily see severe weather Thursday, we're still expecting very gusty conditions throughout the day, and that will last into our Friday. Now with this particular model, it kind of has this wave pushing through very late Wednesday into early Thursday to where potentially by Thursday afternoon we could actually see this storm system break up, and then we're looking forward to dry weather heading into the weekend. So just kind of space out those rain chances the rest of the week. Once again, it's really Thursday where we have the best chance for some heavy rain, and then by Friday we're back to dry conditions. But you can see the wind factor still going to be with us. Sustained winds between 15 to 25 Thursday and Friday, and then as we head into the weekend, that wind threat does calm down. So golfers are going to have to really manage the wind and potentially the rain for those early rounds. But if they can make that cut going into the weekend, looks like smooth sailing weather-wise. Thankfully, not going to be cold like last year. Remember, last year we actually had temperatures close to freezing one morning. Excuse me, just dropped something on the floor there. But last year we had temperatures close to freezing one morning. So thankfully, nothing like that. Our temperatures are going to stay nice and warm all the way into the weekend. Here's our severe weather threat for Thursday. So this comes from the Storm Prediction Center, and right now they have the entire CSRA inside this 15% slight risk. So right now they're going with a chance for maybe an isolated tornado threat, potentially some strong straight line winds. Our setup looks kind of similar to the past several events to where we're going to have a lot of wind energy. We're just going to lack a lot of convective energy. So there's not going to be necessarily a lot of instability or cape like we sometimes show you for these storms to tap into. So it is going to be a very conditional severe weather threat. But as I mentioned earlier, even if we don't see the severe threat materialize, we're still expecting very gusty conditions. So a lake wind advisory does look likely across the area, not only Thursday, but most likely into Friday for gusts anywhere from 30 to 40 miles per hour. This is a look at what model guidance is showing for our wind gust speeds late into the week. So Thursday, you can see them peaking in the afternoon between 30 to even close to 40 miles an hour at times. And into Friday, doesn't look all that different. Likely going to stay very windy across the region until we get to the weekend. Another factor to remember, especially if you're visiting us from out of town, is that our sun angle towards this time of year is starting to get a little bit more intense. So luckily, cloud cover the next few days will keep that index relatively lower, but as we get some sunshine back late into the week, that UV index will go back into the very high range Friday, Saturday, and if we could extend this out another day, it most likely would look very similar into Sunday. So especially for out-of-town visitors, especially if you're coming from up north to where your sun angle is just a lot lower, less intense, just don't want to ruin your day getting sunburned out there, so make sure you're taking those proper precautions. Lake forecast, we have the herring spawn going on, so bass fishermen, crappie fishermen, striper fishermen, catfish fishermen, every type of fisherman out there is loving this time of year at Clarksville Lake. The herring are going crazy, so the fish are eating good. And we got decent fishing weather Tuesday and Wednesday. Not much of a wind factor out there the next couple of days. Skies will be generally cloudy, so I know that can kind of impact the herring spawn some. So just a heads up, mild mornings, 50s, and not much of a wind factor the next couple of days. So I'd imagine decent weather up there at Clarksville. Here's our course conditions for tomorrow if you are heading out to the Augusta National Golf Club. So remember, early in the morning, just cannot rule out that 20% chance of rain. But as we get later into the day, no risk for rain, just going to hang on to cloudy skies, and temperatures will feel pretty comfortable most of the day. May not be a bad idea to just have a light jacket with you, especially a light rain jacket. That'll just kind of protect you from if you maybe see a quick shower early in the morning. But other than that, we're looking ahead to a beautiful weekend outlook. Saturday and Sunday do look completely dry with some slightly cooler mornings in the 40s and 50s, but nothing like last year, nowhere close to freezing over the next 7 days. So here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Next couple, not too bad. Remember, just that low 20% chance rain of an early morning shower Tuesday, and then all sites on Thursday. We're going to have to see what that system ends up doing. Right now, we're putting out the first alert just so you know to kind of stay updated on the forecast for Thursday. Not guaranteeing severe weather by any means. Definitely could be a setup to where the severe threat does miss us, but I would feel terrible if I don't mention it. So we're going to continue watching it very closely, but hopefully you had a great start to Masters Week, and we'll have another update for you coming up on News 26.